With the ending of the season of Seraph, a lot is about to take place. After the departure of Savathun, who may be dead, the seasons were left to fill the gaps. Season of the Risen focused on a surprise with Crow. Season of the Haunted focused on the struggles of characters of Destiny overcoming their own fears. Plunder focused on the artifacts of Nezarec and Aramis' choice, and Seraph focused on Rasputin the Exo, coming to fruition, only to make the ultimate sacrifice for our survival. With Lightfall, our end is here. The Witness came, saw, and conquered, but there was a lot left on the table. And obvious spoiler warnings if you're going to watch this, because what we'll go over is the whole campaign. We'll explain all the information we have and cover the ending and what it means for the future of Destiny. This video is also broken up into chapters from intro to conclusion, so skip to wherever you need to. Let's begin after I say that Lightfall merch is out down below. Raid Zone is March 10th on my Twitch stream, live covering everything on day 1, and Gamer Subs with code EVAN is free samples, completely free shipping, and no tax. A lot, I know, but it's a busy month. The Lightfall campaign starts off with a bang.
There are too many of them!
They're everywhere!
Vanguard to all units. Keep the enemy away from the Traveler. At all cost.
Witness.
Whatever that thing is, we gotta take it down.
They found the veil.
We're in no position to engage the enemy.
We don't have a choice. We're out of time.
Osiris. Don't die.
Help Osiris reach the veil before Calus does. And please, stay close to him. He doesn't have any life to spare.
Pyramids surrounding the Traveler. Amanda Holiday goes down. The Witness shoots Darkness, and the Traveler shoots a Terraform back. But it doesn't do much. I believe this is to stall the Witness at all costs. But one detail is the plant life, nodding to a topic later that the Traveler is known as the Gardener, beckoning life, while the Witness is the Winnower. Just remember that those specific plants are from the combination of these two forces. The Witness is unfazed, and spaghettified a Ghost and Guardians alike with the move of a finger, showing his immense otherworldly power. When the Witness stretches its hand out and touches the Traveler, it shows what can best be described as its consciousness and reveals Neomuna for some reason. A time skip or a vision happens, and Calus is revealed to be the one to have something to do with Neomuna. In this vision, we can also see a branch from the Tree of Silver Wings from a while back, which is a tree formed from dark and light. That is an important symbol for later into this video. Immediately, the tone is set for the rest of the campaign. The Witness has won the first battle, taking his fleet around the Traveler and forming what looks to be Segura's shell. In this mission, it's a lot of intro meeting enemies and mechanics you will face, but you're on a ship to reach Neomuna under Osiris's order, and this is when you hear Calus and see his ship for the first time. You fight through a space opera level battle and meet a Tormentor for the first time. Enemies that are unknown, but it could be they are Darkness enemies mentioned in the Gambit armor, but little is known about the Tormentors as of right now. You've pushed through mechanics, learned that Calus and his shadows are primed to conquer. Then Osiris jumps in a Cabal pod, and you do too. As you land on Neomuna, you're met with the Cloudstriders, Neptune's defending Silver Surfer-like friends who do not get res like this. If they die, there is no more revives. Nimbus and Rohan welcome you to Neomuna, and this is when you're finally introduced to Strand, Destiny's next crazy super to join the lineup. Strand will get explained later, but a lot of the story is spent learning its power and how to grapple hook around. Mission 2 has us learning the plans to get rid of Calus from Rohan and Osiris, but the real threat is what Calus is searching for, the Veil. Destiny's Reddit conspiracy I seem to love so much is finally a main story element, and there's now a reason it popped back into all of our minds. The way they are talking, that word that was haunting players for so long, the Veil. Is it a living being? Is it paracausal? A suppression being of sorts? Is it a vessel to turn enemies into enhanced enemies? Or is it an ultimate weapon? Either way, the Witness was after the Veil and Calus. This Cabal is the vessel of getting what the Witness wants.
We're too late. They've got the Veil.
Guardian, this doesn't feel right.
The Veil?
It's worse than before. Much worse.
My witness.
Progress.
We have captured the Veil. Well, the area around the Veil. It is entombed, so it will take some time to break through and link the relay. Add to that the enemy presence.
Yes. We know they are here. A few of Soul's protectors cannot prevent fate. You will link the radio mast and see the Veil destroyed. The final shape rests upon it.
Indeed, my witness.
That was familiar. Only much stronger this time. I feel sick. Like I shouldn't be here.
We're in this together. Osiris and Nimbus need to hear about this.
Calus fails to reach the Veil as of this message, and the Witness tells him he must. As the campaign progresses, players journey deeper into Calus's Pyramid Sphinx ship to confront the big man, and his radio mast. The radio mast is a concentration of light energy, probably used in this case to seek the Veil. Calus tries to tempt us with gifts, calling back to the Leviathan days of raiding, and spoil us to leave him be. We have a massive battle, and we lose, but thankfully Keitel saves the day, and we ride off into the sunset away from Calus. This is when we learn the background of Calus in a wonderfully animated cutscene articulating his life.
Don't be fooled by his act. The Calus you face is no almighty emperor, but something far more dangerous. A hungry, desperate beast. Once the Cabal Empire and all its bounty was his to command and his to consume. Joy was his purpose and his strength, he said. To angst over edicts and enemies was weakness. But I could see in his eyes dread that his pleasures would soon come to an end, clouding his sight from an incoming coup. I should have killed him then, but I thought exile more fitting. I thought he'd shrivel to nothing in the void of space. Instead, he caught a glimpse of something more. The chance to become greater than he'd ever been. Like a war beast after a blood scent, he chased that chance, abandoning all honor, reason. There was nothing he would not sacrifice for his own salvation. And when the witness came to him at last, Calus faced what he had run from all along. If we don't stop him, he'll make sure it's the end for us all.
But as the campaign progresses, the theme of the Veil, the Gardener aka the Traveler, and the Witness persist. Our first encounter with the Vex is an introduction into a new faction. While the Vex operate as a hive mind, they are individual factions that work towards their own goals. This new faction wants the power source of Neomuna, Cloudark. We have to stop them, but not before Ghost tells us the Vex are acting strangely. We do have evidence in later missions that the Vex may be working on pulling their network into reality, or something a little bit crazier. So I would imagine this gets answered as the year progresses, but consider the Vex the B-plot of this campaign. New Vex trying to move into our world. After this mission, we learn more about Strand.
Causal superposition? Like magnetic poles.
You've been busy. Well?
For so long, we saw dark and light as antagonists. We believed we were the champions of the good because we wielded the light. If these are not moral forces, if they are not opposites, what are they? At its root, the Traveler is a terraformer, a gardener. It generates natural life, physical transformation at a molecular scale across whole planets. This should have been our first hint. The domain of the light is the domain of the physical. The darkness then is revealed in many facets. Dreams and nightmares, emotions, pain, memory. The nature of Strand confirms this line of thinking. Darkness is something entirely apart from light. A paracausal union, conjoining intangible conscious realities, discursively linking to...
You're talking about the River of Souls.
River?
Yeah, it's a story we tell kids on Neptune.
A nursery rhyme.
Sort of. Since before history, there's been this raging river. In the story, some try to divert the river, others try to build a dam, but nothing stops it. Lots of people have believed that we either sink in the water or learn to swim.
Don't we?
See, that's the real wild part. We are the river.
And empowered by it, it would seem.
You know, I think I know of a place where we can find some of that power.
As we figured, the Traveler is the Gardener. The darkness is the Winnower. The Traveler, life, and the darkness, death. Yin and yang. Strand is balanced this way. Light and dark working seamlessly, like water flowing through one's body. Osiris starts pushing us very hard to master Strand. He constantly disregards our inability to use it for very long, causing us to become vulnerable. Most of this mission is spent learning the ways of Strand, and by the end, a heart-to-heart with Osiris and Rohan.
What is this attraction? Sagira, could you run some scans? Oh, right.
Am I interrupting?
Rohan, I've been pondering the Veil's paracausal effects on ghosts. I know I haven't been the easiest guest in your city.
Pain is not a hindrance. It simply reminds us we're still breathing. Still fighting. They're going to attempt to leap. We have to stop them.
Osiris feels for losing his ghost Sagira, and Rohan for worrying about trying to stop Calus. Calus is ready to use his weapon, the radio mast, a device that emits light, but also suppresses light. We discover that the only way to disarm it is by using Strand. After a battle with tanks, we're met with a Tormentor, but with a very familiar name if you played the Season of the Plunder. The Tormentor's name? Imprint of Nezarec. Nezarec will be a large portion of the story, and I'm sure you will find out more soon. After fighting our way through hordes of Shadow Legion, we come face to face with the mast. We have no way of wielding Strand at that moment, so Rohan decides to hold it back and jump inside. We battle waves of enemies and find pockets of Strand energy to use for limited times. Exhaustion comes over us, and at the last second, we lose our ability to control Strand, and Rohan dies in a self-sacrifice explosion.
Use your Strand! Now's the time! Lightbearer! Destroy it now!
We can't.
And I have no choice. Nimbus, see you on the other side.
Rohan, what are you doing?
Rohan.
He chose a Cloudstrider's end. Hey, Guardian. Can you please pick up his core?
On the other end, Calus and the Witness have a talk, and Calus tries to resist the Witness's superiority.
My Witness, there have been complication. Our hold over the Veil has been temporarily loosened.
You fear loss, Emperor. Your fear brings you pain. We know pain. Our purpose is its end. You have no purpose. Because you fear to seek one. That fear is your failure.
My failure? My failure? I have fed this force with vicious subjugation, battered down the gates of our enemies and seized our glittering prize. Why? Because I wanted it. You hold the universe in your grasp, and all you can think of to do with it is...
Secure the veil. We will create the link.
Infinite apologies. The veil is yours. It will be done.
What starts as a way of preventing the Shadow Legion from taking out Neomuna's defenses leads us into the Vex network. The network is overran by Taken and Blights. An unknown voice speaks to us. The Vex are fighting off the Taken energy and attack the Parthenius. I hope I said that right. As we collect our loot, the unknown voice introduces himself as Nezarec.
And we're back in business. Defenses are back up and Taken are cleared out.
Make your way back to the city, Guardian. We must finish our preparations to ensure Calus's defeat.
This prison in between, it will shatter. But I need power. I am pain. I am terror. I am Nezarec.
We don't know for sure, but it's a safe assumption that he will be a part of something very threatening and very serious. Osiris has gone from the most badass warlock in the universe to New Age guru who reminds us we're still not masters of Strand.
Systems are late, with 80% of defenses now operational. I'm full of fury, she's got an army, and you got magic green strings. Let's crush this Calus guy.
We aren't ready for Calus. We don't even understand this erratic power at a foundational level.
It's time we figure it out. Keitel, we'll need your troops. Nimbus, charge up as many of the remaining turrets as you can, while Osiris helps me to untangle this strand.
When we think about controlling something powerful, it's easy to assume it takes strength. Determination. A force of will. But what I've learned is that we cannot control every facet of nature. Instead of tightening our grip, we must open our palms, accepting the ebb and the flow. Letting go in the face of grief in all its shapes. Through failure, through loss, we can overcome the impossible.
After the Rocky level montage with Osiris, the mission is one giant test of our skills. One giant kill fest of Vex because the Tone is trying to prepare for a final battle. This is the final battle. Final assault on Calus. After battling with Strand through waves of ships, then fighting a full-on war of tormentors, defending turrets, using missile systems, and trying to hold back Calus, he uses the radial mast in some way to break through to get to the Veil. All that training was for him to still break through.
Daughter.
Calus? What is... Guardian! Kyle! Are you okay?
After rumors on Reddit for years and only rare mentions in the game, the Veil came alive. The Veil was not a ship. The Veil was not enemies. The Veil was an artifact on Neomuna that the Witness wanted. Once through, there's the Ishtar Vault, exactly like the one in Destiny 1 on Venus. And it's here where you find the prototype of the Cloud Ark. Perhaps the reason why the Vex want something to do with the Cloud Ark. Maybe this has been used to power Neomuna the whole time, since our ghost did say that Neomuna is 10 times more powerful than Earth in the Golden Age. The Vex might want the Cloud Ark, perhaps because it has a piece of the Veil, and the Vex are made with the final shape in mind, so getting the Veil would be beneficial. Keitel offscreen tells us that Calus can't be held back from it any longer.
I held them off as long as I could. Calus is coming for you. It's in your hands now, Guardian. Give him the end he deserves.
Calus bursts in for an epic fight with two phases. One long range and one, well, using the Veil to trap us in a short range cage. But when he goes down for that second phase, he's gone for good, disintegrating the way Rolk did in Vow of the Disciple.
Do you guys feel that?
No clue what you're talking about. We're almost at the Veil. Hang tight.
No more running away. Rest now.
The uglier they are, the harder they fall, right? No? Come on.
We finally found you.
Get your ghost!
What's wrong, Osiris?
Get your ghost out of there!
Finality takes shape.
It's creating the link!
At long last.
Destroy it!
What just happened?
We just lost.
Zavala, come in.
Keitel is at least satisfied Calus went down like a true Cabal. Osiris is desperate to tell us to keep our ghost away, and for the ghost, it gets possessed. Like the Veil is being used. It needed a piece of the Traveler's light, and the Veil and its own darkness to do the unthinkable. You're about to shoot your ghost to save the world at all costs of never becoming a Guardian again. And Nimbus ends up saving your ghost, but it's too late.
The universe makes us all victim and perpetrator. That's infinite cruelty.
You, more than any, suffer both fates. Be free.
The Witness cuts open a portal to reach the Traveler, and this is what everyone is curious about. More questions than answers. What does this mean? What is the Veil? Who is the Witness? Well, take this one with a grain of salt, this is not confirmed, but to me, the Witness is the first creation of a Guardian with light and dark. Its body is white and circular, while its wear is dark and pyramid-shaped. The Traveler in the darkness had a tree of silver wings, a place where parts of dark and parts of light worked in harmony to grow the tree, until one disagreed with the other and split ways, the gardener and the winnower, perhaps one taking over power. The Veil could be their consciousness collectively, or what I think, a power stronger and from a different universe that will kick off the next years of the game and is the key for either light or dark winning. Will entities like the Nine come in? Why is Nezarec there? Well, those are things you're just going to have to subscribe in the future for. Yeah, I know that's corny. That's really corny. This campaign left us with more questions than answers. So, did you guys like this video? Did you find it helpful? Should I explain more? Should I get a cough drop because my voice is dead? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.